Good day everyone! I am Ernest Ramos, taking up of Bachelor of Culture and Arts Education at Mariano Marcos State University College of Teacher Education in Luwag, Ilocos Norte. And I am your lecturer for today. Our topic is all about Indigenous Creative Crafts. The word indigenous refers to the notion of a place-based human ethnic culture that has not migrated from its homeland and is not a settler or colonial population. To be indigenous is therefore by definition different from being of a world culture such as the Western or Euro-American culture. So what is art? Art in its broadest sense is a form of communication. It means whatever the artist intends it to mean, and if this meaning is shaped by the materials, techniques, and forms it makes use of, as well as the ideas and feelings it creates in its viewers. Art is an act of expressing feelings, thoughts, and observations. So these are the examples of art. Traditional categories within the arts include literature, including poetry, drama, story, and so on. The visual arts, painting, drawing, sculpture, and etc. The graphic arts, painting, drawing, design, and other forms expressed on flat surfaces. The plastic arts, sculpture, and modeling. The decorative arts, furniture design, mosaic, and etc. The performing arts, theater, dance, and music. Music as composition. And architecture, often including interior design. So what is craft? A craft or trade is a pastime or an occupation that requires particular skills and knowledge of skilled work. In a historical sense, particularly the Middle Ages and earlier, the term is usually applied to people occupied in a small-scale production of goods or their maintenance, for example, by tinker. So these are the examples of crafts: ceramics and glass crafts, fiber and textile crafts, flower crafts, leatherwork, housewares, fashion, needlework, paper crafts, and many more. The differences between these two is art is described as an unstructured and open-ended form of work that expresses emotions, feelings, and vision. Craft denotes a form of work involving the creation of physical objects by the use of hands and brain. Art relies on artistic merit, whereas craft is based on learned skills and technique. So what are traditional arts? Traditional arts, countable and uncountable, plural traditional arts, art that is a part of culture of a group of people, skills and knowledge, of which are passed down through generations from master craftsmen to apprentices. Art produced with real physical media as opposed to digital art. So the example of traditional arts are puppetry and storytelling, and many more are examples of traditional performance art. What are indigenous crafts? Indigenous crafts are the products manually created by ethnic or tribal groups in the Philippines. There are arts that are purposive in nature as they reflect the way of life during early times. This craft serves as the starting point of manual innovation that has lasting meaning and function to the society. And these are the examples of indigenous crafts: cloth weaving, basket weaving, jewelry making, pottery, wood carving, and many more. The difference between these two is that traditional art aims to represent reality or realicism through narrative, whereas indigenous crafts aim to throw aside the tradition of the past and experiment with new ways of seeing and with fresh ideas about the nature of materials and function of art. So what are the different local materials that could be used in making beautiful art piece and craft? Abaca are used in the production of handicraft products as handbags, hats, shoes, slippers, lamps, carpets, and many more. Coconut shells into lamp. Bamboo into different pieces of furniture or used as the base or wall to your house because bamboo is very sturdy and can give your home a laid-back tropical vibe. Copy shells in crafting wall art, decor, and even lighting fixtures like this chandelier. Rattan, made from climbing palm tree leaves. You can turn this into chairs, baskets, and many more. And many more local materials that could be used in making beautiful art piece and craft and turn into valuable masterpiece. For our next topic, I will be your tour guide. Hintayon! Naragsak ng isang bayo dito Parque Ilocos, or should I say, welcome to Ilocos Region. Ilocos Region is an administrative region of the Philippines, designated as Region 1, occupying the northwestern section of Luzon. It is bordered by the Cordillera Administrative Region to the east, the Cagayan Valley to the northeast and southeast, and the Central Luzon to the south. To the west lies the South China Sea. The region comprises 4 provinces: Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, La Union, and Pangasinan. Its regional center is San Fernando, La Union, and the major language spoken in the region is Ilocano. Indigenous people hold a rich diversity of living heritage, including practices, representations, expressions, knowledge, and skills. The practices and transmission of this heritage contributes to the ongoing vitality, strength, and well-being of communities. In Ilocos Norte, the St. Augustine Church, commonly known as the Poway Church, is a Roman Catholic church in the municipality of Poway, province of Ilocos Norte in the Philippines. Completed in 1710, the church is famous for its distinct architecture, highlighted by the enormous buttresses on the side and the back of the building. It is declared as a national cultural treasure by the Philippines government in 1973 and a UNESCO World Heritage Site under the collective group of Baroque churches of the Philippines in 1993. Another is the Guling-Guling Festival of Poway. This is a traditional occasion that happens yearly in the month of February in Poway, Ilocos Norte. It is held before the Ash Wednesday or the start of the season of Lent, or also known as Semana Santa, which begins 40 days prior to Easter. It is celebrated as the last day of merrymaking and enjoyment for the townspeople before the Lenten season. The word guling from Ilocano means to mark or smear. This old tradition is celebrated for almost 400 years. The attraction in this festival are the following. First is the dudol. Dudol is an indigenous delicacy made from rice flour or belaay, coconut milk, sugarcane juice, and anise. Nagimas! Second is basi. Basi is official drink of guling-guling merrymakers. Basi is made from sugarcane extract and samak, a plant commonly grown in the Ilocos region. Nagsampi. Third is the dance parade, where they dance the folk dances as the sabunganay, Hawaiianya, Arikenken, Kuratsa, Amorosa, Pandango, and Lahota are lively and delightful. The intricate steps and movements, kumintang, depicts the traits of courtesy, gentleness, patience, and perseverance. And lastly, the showdown where they portray histories of Poway, the Binatbatan, the Agaabel, and source of living like the Cornic, Panagkalak, and Panagabel. Handed down from generation to generation, the art of inabel weaving is a golden thread and wine in the Ilocano culture, manually woven through a wooden loom. An abel fabric is made up of pure creativity, imagination, positivity, respect, discipline, and keenness. The abel is made from yarns of cotton or sagut that are sourced from the many lands in the northern Luzon that are dedicated to the growing of this plant. The abel cloth is known for being a strong, colorful material. The fabric is so strong and beautiful that some families have them as heirlooms that last as long as their antique furnishing. You can turn this Abel into table runners, gown, hats, bags, blankets, and many more. The municipality of Paoy, Ilocos Norte is considered as the loom weaving center of the province, and also in other municipalities of Ilocos Norte like Pinili and Lawag. On the southern part of the vegan city lies the town of Kawayan, and one of the major products from the town of Bangar, La Union. Weaving is one of the traditional Ilocano handicrafts like Bisabel in Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, and La Union. They also do weaving in the municipality of Anda province of Pangasinan, but they are not using cloth, they are using leaves. This craft of mat weaving has been kept alive on these islands mostly by women. The men help by gathering leaves in the forest, but the women do the back-breaking work of preparing the leaves and weaving them. This mat is made of buri palm, pandanus, or seagrass leaves. The leaves are dried, usually dyed, then cut into strips and woven into mats, which may be plain or intricate. Burnay are earthen jars with small openings, while those with bigger mouths are called wangging. In the early years, the burnay, locally known as the payan or banga, was used to hold grains, water, salt, vinegar, basi or sugarcane wine, bugoong or fish paste, and anything else. They are also used as interior or landscape decoration. A fresh one is not that expensive. The older it gets, the more valuable it becomes. Just like human creation, there are no two jars alike and not all come out perfect. Pottery is one of the traditional Ilocano handicrafts in San Nicolas, Ilocos Norte, Vegan City, Ilocos Sur, San Juan, La Union, and in Bani and Manawag, Pangasinan. Dito Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, La Union, and Pangasinan, Intay Pasyaren. I can't mention all the indigenous cultural heritage here in Ilocos region because it's a lot, even the craft and art. Living heritage in indigenous peoples is important because it offers communities and individuals a sense of identity and continuity. It can promote social cohesion, respect for cultural diversity and human creativity, as well as help communities and individuals connect with each other. It is an eye-opener because of its message that is spread through various art forms and handicrafts. And when it comes to aesthetic view, it reveals great stories and folk designs of our ancient ancestors. This it is, in a way for me, a real beauty of work. Wood is the raw material of the people of Cordillera region in manufacturing of artistic shields, decorated containers, home utensils, figurines, and religious images. There are two types of Cordilleran art, the decorative and the ritualistic or magical. For the decorative type, shields, containers, pipes, fabric color, and designs and even tourist art object. For the ritualistic type, the bulol and bibang and other religious images. Bulol are the most numerous and best known of Ifugao figurative sculpture and usually take the form of either a standing or seated figurine. They are carved from a single piece of wood and generally exhibit a stylish and geometric rendering of the human body. My opinion of the importance of taking this major course, Indigenous Creative Crafts, as a BKN student like me, is through these indigenous creative arts and crafts, being hospitable, get to experience an opportunity that allows us to explore different culture, examine different form of arts, and portray appreciation to craftsmanship. By taking this major course, it represents our culture and tradition. It promotes the heritage of a country through the use of indigenous materials, and it preserves traditional knowledge and talents. Handicrafts is the expression of our history, and we must encourage artisans to continue the craft production to show the beauty of this art. For the youth, future crafters, artists, and for the next generation, keep our treasure, preserve it, and be proud of it. I hope that you've learned something today. Diyos ti agmina, agyaman na.